Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on one of the front pages for Poe. I've got 3 signatures I've figured out. And the first one I wanted to really pop as you open the journal, and there it is. So that's what we're working on today. And I'll probably do maybe what's on my desk maybe tomorrow to let you see maybe the plans that I've got for the rest of the journal, or just to let you see how the signatures worked out, because I really enjoyed how I got them to intermingle, and it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. So I don't have a sneak peek. I need to get back down to Mom's and see what else she's got on the desk or on her shelf. So I have to go back to this little guy. This was my grungy something journal. I can't remember. I used a bunch of lace that I had. I just had it piled up, and so most of it was white or cream, and I grunged it up with some colors of ink and that kind of thing. And anyhow, I hope you enjoy this. I really loved making this little journal. I've got a whole playlist on it, so maybe I will link that at the end of this video. So if you want to see my playlist, it'll be at the very end, and you just hit the link and go in there and see all I did to this. But anyhow, I want to thank everybody for coming to visit and spend some time, and I really, really hope you like Poe, Edgar Allan Poe. He was an interesting character. Didn't have a very happy life. Seems like tragedy hit him right and left, so no wonder he wrote about what he did. All right, so the way it usually closes is my flap. It usually goes under here when I'm done with it and everything, and I have Velcro dots. I wish I'd used black, but then again, that would have shown against there. So let's go to the very beginning. I think I have Miss Jody Martin to thank for these crazy old cabinet cards, I believe she called them. They're on that really thick cardboard base. So I used one of those here, and I put some lace behind it. I put some lace over it at the bottom here. I didn't even glue it all the way down. I have little rips of paper under here just for interest, and it's all part of layering. See, I've even got like a little sticker number. I've got a little bit of gift wrap with a gold dot. I have this roll of copper washi tape, and that's what you saw glowing out here, where I had actually put this this hinge on here for the cover. And I have a die cut flower up here with a button. I have the 110. It's one of those house number kind of things. I love those. It was like a whole page in the backdrops. And then I just kind of put this here kind of to make you think that that was that house. And over here I have this gentleman, and he has some paper behind him here, and sort of a scene of some kind of house there, and a number. I have a stamp. I did a little bit of, what was that? Gesso. I had a little bit of gesso I had rubbed on it, quite a few of these. There's just like a paper bag kind of a thing. It was like a big roll that I've had. It's on the thicker side, and I just kind of rolled on it and sprayed to give a little interest to the background. I have this strip here thanks to, I can't remember if that was Victoria or Jody. May have been Jody still. Have some lace down here. It's always got lace on the pages, and a little bit of ephemera there. Okay, so that's the first page. Now let's get into this crazy journal. Because we have some things to do to it. Now I had to go and I had to rip around. This is My Porch Prints, their Poe kit, and I really loved it. I'd seen it the other year, how they had put together a journal with it, and I fell in love. And I knew I needed to do another one this year, because I will do some Halloween journals, but I wanted to do some Poe. He seems to be very popular at Dad's shop. Everything disappeared that was Poe. So anyhow, this one here, I've seen quite a few people do like this circle cutout thingy. So in their, journal flip throughs. So I have chosen this to be the front page. And I had to glue this onto the back. And then it's going to just fold in half. And I'm going to go over here and score it. I've already inked around the outside edge with some black, I believe. Is that? I think I did. I can't remember. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this gets folded. Gonna give it a little bit of a press. And the same with this one. But I may I may wait to see where I need to actually fold this one, because I found out I had to adjust in a few cases. I had to adjust. So I'm going to set all these little pieces and parts right over here. And what we're going to do next is to cut a hole in this one. So one of these can come through. Now I'm using a CD pocket. I'm going to cover it so you won't see inside, outside. Mr. Poe, he's going to be residing inside of it. And then we're going to decorate the outside part. So this little pocket, it's not a pocket actually. It's just, you're going to be able to write on the back of it, but you won't be able to get into it. It's just sort of a little hinged guy. But it's going to be kind of like this. I'm kind of judging. It's mimicking where the circle is below. You see me playing with it enough, aren't I? So yeah, that is basically where that's going to be. So then we have to get in here and kind of figure out from that. And see, it's not quite the same size, so I gotta kind of put it where I know I'm going to have it once the signature settles down. So then we're going to do like this. Now this is the largest circle. I'll bring my circle things over here. That's a 4-inch circle. So I'm judging by that little bit of distance. And then where I'm at right here, if you need to get out some rulers or markers or something like that to keep yourself straight, I'm going to put a little washi on it. Because this is where we're punching through. Right here. Right here. Let me get back to where I was. Yeah. I think I can go in a little bit because this paper, because it had a border on it, they've got it in a PDF file. So you can't move anything or shrink or take that page edges away, that kind of stuff. So you have to basically deal with, what she's got it set at. All right, let me get my cutter over here. Okay, not cutter. my die cut machine is basically what I meant. So here is the nesting circles that I've got. They're by Darice, however you say that. It's 6 pieces. The biggest one is the 4-inch. We will be using the next one down for when we get inside. It's that number if you need to get it. You can usually find all these nesting things pretty much all over the internet or whatever shops. It's very easy to find them. Now, since we have 2 layers here, see how I've got it? Oop, and it's wanting to come up. This washi is not the hottest washi in the world. So anyhow, what we're going to do, we're going to put this bottom cutting plate in between. So this is one of those little tricks of the trade that they usually will do. And once we got that down, we're going to put this on here and put it in like that. Now we're just going to run it through to get a hold of it. I'm probably going to be wiggling, so I apologize for that. Ugh. Here we go. I was posting a picture, and I'm going to go back through twice. I was posting a picture that I'd already put on my Facebook, my regular Facebook, the other day, and it was Dad in a Sunliner car. Now, I don't know. In the past, he told me that he had got it from his brother. And now he's telling me, because somebody asked me what color it was. It was Fiesta Red, by the way, if you're interested. But he told me that it was his brother Howard's who was selling it to him. And now the story is different. So, you know, I don't know what to take on that. I don't know if it's because he's gotten older and, okay, I'm going to set this in the floor because we're going to need it again. I don't know if he's just forgotten or what. The story may have changed. I have no clue. So I might leave the story both ways, because that's the thing. Now, Mom didn't remember a lot of things down at the old house, like this second staircase we had, and I loved it because it was sort of a spiral. It went up, and then it had those little wedgie steps that went around the corner, and then it went on up the... So, anyhow, we're going to have to put this together first before we can tell if we got everything in the right spot. Plus, we have another piece we have to cut. Now, this is, like I said, the CD pocket. The CD pocket's going to be closed all the way. And Poe, this isn't exactly black, but it's one of my scraps. I try to always use up all my scraps. So, this is going to be inside the pocket here. Where's my pencil? Oh, there it is. And we're just going to cut it down to where we need it. I need 2 pieces. I'll just overlap them, and I'll get them together so I can slide that in here. So here is Dad in his Sunliner, and that's him on the left. He's driving. And then that's his nephew, Tommy, who is Grover Tommy, or Grover Thomas. They were both named from, you know, his grandfather, Dad's grandfather, and Tommy's great-grandfather. And so you can see the Sunliner right there where it dips on the side. And I had 2 names for it. I had Ford and Oldsmobile as the maker, but it turns out it's Ford. So anyway, I thought that was kind of fun to show you. There's a few more car pictures in here. I may go through and show you those. But, yep, this was in 1956. I think it was before Mom and Dad met. So, I guess he was just, had cars to cruise in. Alright, I'm going to take my Poe and just rub around him just so no white edges are really bold and sticks out. This color is not quite the color of the previous one, though you're not going to see much of it. It just needs to be dark, basically. So we're going to take these and we're going to put them together. I got to figure out where I need them to go against each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a line here of glue and a line here of glue. And that's going to kind of put them together once I adjust them here to about where they need to be. Now I'm going to line that one up kind of with that corner, but with a little bit, you know, of a shadow. Not a shadow, but just a little bit of a gap. So that's all we needed for that. Now we're going to put him in the middle. And the way I did it before, I took a little piece of rolled up tape. It's got stuff sticking to it. And I put him in the center. And then I put him in there. And I think he's more toward the top than he is the bottom. And I'm kind of just adjusting to see where his picture needs to be because I wanted it dead center. Dead center. That's, yeah, that goes right with Poe. Now he needs to go over a little bit and a little bit down. And then we're going to seal this shut, so it's not going to be used as a pocket per se. I said a little bit over and a little bit down, right? But the thing is, you will be able to write on the back of it because of this. This is a Pink Monarch Prints. They're Halloween Super Simple I got the other year, and I never did get a chance to use it, so it is getting used in the Poe journal. It's got a lot of spiders in it, and webs and things like that. Now, okay, I did a little bit more shopping. Well, I need to go down a little bit more and back over to the left. Okay, I went back in there and I'm good. So we're going to take him out and we're going to put some glue behind him. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little, I got a sickness. I bought a bit more things after I saw the Tim Holtz ideology, and they had the sticker books, new ones, so I got one of them. I didn't get but one. I probably regret that, but you know, I have two more from the previous year, and I've yet to use them all. I need to use a bunch of those words, and I'm trying to think out the most creative way to use a bunch of the words. It may be I do it in some little simple Halloween journals or something along those lines. Okay, so all we need to do now is get Poe in here and keep him in here. He's under house arrest. I'm trying to remember what I got. Oh, I think there was one more of the big stamp sets, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here on each side of the little card I just inserted with his picture, and I'm going to glue that down with a strip of glue. And that's how we're going to do that. Ooh, I must have got... That's okay, we have to ink. Here's your favorite part, Phyllis. We're going to ink. So I'm getting my... what did I use on this? Did I use black? I think I used black. Where's my black? Here we go. So I have my little black ink. It's just the regular black soot. And I'm going to go around all the outside edges. But yeah, there was one more of his newer stamp sets that had a big skull on it. But it's not a full skull. It doesn't have the jaw or anything like that. So, but it has these nice big socket eyes. And everybody that I see that does something with it, does something with those eyes. And I thought that would be kind of interesting. And maybe I would do something with it. Now I'm going to just ink all the way up around the outside here. It might be that I put that. It seems to be skulls and I guess skulls and spiders, and I'm trying to think what all makes up goth. I know black. the main color is black. Oh. Alright, and this is a very, very thin washi. I need to put a little bit of something on this hinge. I don't know that I did on the other one. So we're going to put some glue here, and we're going to add this right on the hinge area. Hopefully it will help strengthen it. I have one up here. I don't want it to hinder the flipping, though. That's the only thing. So we're going to put that on there like that and see if it helps. And then I'll burnish it down. I'm trying to think what else is on that. I know it has an October 31st, 1931 stamp on it. as well, so that's kind of cool. Okay, just making sure I got my training my crease there. That's good, that's good. All right, now the tricky part here is we are going to cut, or we got to ink around the outside or inside of this circle, and I don't want to mess up my little cellophane window, so we're going to put our die cut back in there, which is the right size, oddly enough, and just ink that up so there's no white showing. That's just another little trick to help kind of finish it really nicely, to give a good finish on something. I'm giving you all kinds of little tips today, aren't I? Well, you have to have a die cut machine for the one. And I guess for this one, who knows. All right, there we go. So we have this inked up almost all the way. I'm not going to worry about taking that sticker off because we're going to go ahead and use that. Now I have to die cut the circle. No, wait. Yeah. I have to die cut the circle because we're using this. This is from the Craftly Haul backgrounds, and it's perfect to go with this. Check this out. See? It's just gothic. It's gothic because it's got that gothic. What is that? Damask. I'm always forgetting that word, y'all. I'm awful. Okay, so what I usually have, and see, I can still see a little bit of white right there. See? Sometimes you got to rearrange your circle a little bit. But see how it stands out if you didn't get it? Yeah, there. So I'm going to take this with my pencil, and I'm going to kind of measure where it needs to be, because I'm going right over to here. And you don't have to get it all the way to the edge. That's why you inked it, so you have a little bit of a cushion. So I'm going to cut that down, and then I got to figure out where to cut it. And check out how well those go together. We have to cut a little bit of this one off at the bottom, but that's okay. We won't hurt nothing. Okay, with this one, I'm pretty much putting it dead center. You just want to make sure all of your little edges over here are the same distance from the ring. And that's all you need to do. Then you're going to die cut it. Okay, and then we're going to ink around all the edges of it. Whew, I almost killed that machine yesterday, that die cutting machine. I was doing so much die cutting, and it took me all day. My husband, he came back, he says, "You're still working on that?" I said, it's taken me forever. So first I knew I wanted some die cut flowers. Okay, that was a given, because I'm going to put a few flowers, in through here, into the journal, of course, right and left. And then I thought, oh, I have this, the lace. It's both, the Sizzix lace from Tim Holtz. The flowers and everything, mostly I have that I've used is Tim Holtz. So I cut enough of the flowers out, and I did them in that black Canson paper that I got from Walmart. And then I sprayed half of them that looked like they were just like a greenery kind of a flower. I sprayed those with the Wicked Elixir. I can't say the word. Wicked Elixir mica spray. And then the other set that were flowers, I did it with the Burning Ember, which was the red maroony color. So I thought, oh, perfect. Those are going to turn out perfect. All right, I left the thingy off of here a little long, so let me redo that. Now, I'm going to try to glue this, which is a tricky situation. Real tricky. I'm just going to go on the outside edges first, and then inside. But yeah, I got those done. Then I thought, oh, I can do some lace. So I did some lace, and I forget what I think I did them in a brown. It was one of my, my scrap cutoffs from the paper to go into the journal. So I did that. Then I got all those done. And I'll tell you, those are tricky. I know that Celeste at Woodland Inspired, she has some of those for sale in her Etsy shop. So if you ever want any of that lace, you could go to her, and she has a system that makes it look so easy. But I'll tell you what, it is a pain to get all of that paper out of those little pieces of holes, because it's a real lace look. So there we go. We got the cover or the front on with him. And then we're going to take advantage of this extra little piece. It's not going to go to waste. We're going to use that on the flap here, because that part goes around the page and you'll see it on the other side. And then we got to cover these two areas because this does not stretch across like that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get that part done. Now, for this, all I did is I'll take my pencil and I'll lay it, that way is the way it's going to go on. So I'm putting my corner edge right up here to the folding edge. Gosh, get the right word, Rhoda. And there we go. And then I'm just going to go like that, and then I'm going to trim that out. And there we go. I'll glue that on, and then I got these two strips here to go on the back side. Now, when you put this one on, the one next to the flap, you just want to make sure you don't hinder your flap. So that's all you got to do there. Get it nice and down, and then you still have this one to put on. Let's do that real quick. I'll ink it after I get it on there. See if I need to ink it. Yeah, so then I had the intelligent thought to do these candles. Now see, that's too big. So I got to trim that down. Yeah, I have this set of candles, and I think I got them on sale. And one's in a candle stand, or what would you call that? I'm just going to put this on here, and then I'm going to trim around the outside. It's in a candlestick holder. There we go. Maybe that's what you call it. Candlestick holder. And I think they call those colorize, because it's got all of these pieces that you have to cut out that build on top of one another. Let me tell you, that is a pain. It was a pain. Some of the pieces I had no idea where they even went for the longest time, and I finally figured out where they went. It was laughable. Then some of them I really had to make sure that's where they did go. But I eventually conquered that. But that was where my husband come in. You're still working on that? I said, yeah. Yeah. Now, the top up here, I'm not happy with that white showing. So we're going to really blast it with some of this black. All right. That took care of that. All right. This piece is going on the back here. Now, it's going to be flush with the top and the bottom. And then we're going to ink it. Did I ink the other one? I think I did. And glue it down. Yep, I inked it. I'm having to go back and check the other one. I'll be going and making the other two directly after this video while it's downloading, because I'm going to deliver it today. I did one of the shorts I did on it yesterday and posted it real late last night. Jody thought I'd already posted the video. So she said, I'm going over to watch it right now. I said, I haven't even got it filmed yet, girl. I haven't even got it filmed yet. So, I said I'll have that out today about 5. It's still got to load once I get done here. Then I have to make my thumbnail. All kinds of fun stuff to get in a video out. Alright, so we are going to try to hit it about midway. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. The spider web goes up. I'm making sure I'm putting it on right. You know, you always want to double check that. That is up a little too high, so let's pull it down. There we go. Now the last couple of things that goes on this, she had Itsy Bitsy Spider, and then there's a skeleton head, which I'm going to take the head and I'm going to cut it out. And he's just going to kind of nest on there. I guess it was like a little card, little tea card, I guess you could call it. But we're going to put him on here for atmosphere. It's nice to have skeletons. And I sure have enough skeletons through this. I do need to figure me out another cemetery. You know, I want to do some more of the brickwork somewhere. I think that was a stencil, but I loved how it turned out. And I have some stone as well. And there's a couple of houses. A chateau kind of house in here. And there's another one. And I thought, well, you know, that stonework may have been put around the outside base of the house itself, you know, what it was built on. This is one of my scraps. I think it was one. Did I use it? I don't know. I used it somewhere. It may be. Yeah, there. This was one of the scraps I cut off on one of the pages. And then this was a scrap from another page. And I just glued them together. You can kind of see where I had an extra piece I had to put on there. But that is going to be that secondary little flip that's going to be inside. So we have this done, and now what we got to do is cut it. I just wanted an extra little bit of color sticking out here because the other one kind of got lost. I think I put the skeleton head here. There's a dot on there, but it's not from me. I think it's from what she was making it grungy looking. But it looks like a mistake. So I'm going to put him there to hide the dot. And then we're going to put this down. And this piece will be done. Then I got to think about that other one. Now see, you've got enough room up here to do some writing. A little bit of something. Maybe a picture. Who knows? But it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do with it. Okay, that part, don't worry about. That's going to be glued on. And we'll just as well go ahead and glue it because it's going to go right in here and flip shut. So let's do that. Get that done. Don't get so close to your little joint there, the spine part. Your glue is going to seep a little bit on you. So, see, I'm just getting right over the washi a little bit. Maybe a little bit right there. Because we don't want it to have a glue shut kind of situation. Okay, let me get him figured out to where he is right in the center. You can measure it. I'm trying to eyeball it with my one good eye. One of them's full of tears. I don't know. It may be because of the rain we just had. But you want to shut it. You want to see if you're too close. I think I'm a little too close. There. And then you're going to shut it. And then you're going to make sure it's straight by looking right up here. If you need to put a pencil line in here that may make it straighter, that's all to the good. It won't hurt a thing. All right, I think I'm straight as I can be. I'm going to push there. I'm going to push there. And then I'm going to flip it and push here. And don't worry about this being so different on this side, because I have a little gewgaw I'm going to put in here. I like that little rose bean right there, though. But I got a little gewgaw, like on the other one. Oh, you can still see. You can still see the white where I had to rip it. I had to take my ruler and put it against the edges and rip all that white off of there. Now, this is the part where you didn't fold this yet. You get in here and you figure out where you need to be. Oh gosh, I've still got some white. I thought I inked these guys. Maybe not. Okay, I got it. Yeah, so I got something in my eyeball. Let me get him right here where I know I want him to be. Then, he's not quite straight though. Let's see. See if he's still on there. Nope. Slide him down. Now, if you have clamps, or I'm still not in the right spot, am I? Every time I turn around, he's in a different spot. All right, let's get some clamps. All right, these big, these big old things that I use to put the signatures in with. We're going to use that. We're going to go up this way with it, go down that way with it, and hope that holds him in there. I think it did. Now, I'm going to figure out where my fold is. I have a couple of them on here, but it's going to be like right there. That is the main fold for this, right? Now, see, it didn't even up over here, but I was okay with it because, and you know, I think I can go in a little bit more. I was okay with it because, you know, you don't really pay attention to what's in your corners as much, or your spine area. This one I must have put on here just a little off or something. All right, let's see if that's it. And then that's it. But is it in the spine? Let's put this in here and push it. Push it, push it. Okay, I think I'm good. Because once I, tie that in, that's going to be in the right place. All right, that's it. Now, the other little piece we're wanting to do, which is going to be nothing but another little flip. So, I don't need the glue on that one. All I'm going to have to do is to take my skull back here. Get everything out of the way. Take my skull. And this was 11, or no, it was 12. It was a 12-inch piece. I cut it down to 11, but I remembered at the last minute that I actually cut it to 10.5. So we're going to want to cut around the edges. I love to round the edges. I don't like them to be pokey and hit things. I did think about, and I'm using my black to do the outside edge here. And I had thought to rip some. Now, I've got a few pages I may rip, but at this point, nothing's sewn in. And I've got an idea to use a bunch of different laces on the outside edge to really doll this baby up. So I need to still do that. And I don't know which ends I'm not going to do that to. And they may, at the end, get a last-minute rip. You know what I mean? Okay, so that is done. Now, I have to get that smaller ring, which is probably a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. So, this one, we're going to go ahead and fold it in half, right? Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yep, it was folded in half, so you can barely see the score line I just made at 5 1/4. So there we go. We got that down, and we're going to burnish our score line, and then we're going to figure out by putting it on here, sandwiching it, so we know the distance it's going to need to be, and you know, that really helps, because once you know where it's going to be in the signature, where it's resting, it will help. Then we're going to make sure the top and bottom is right on the money, and these two are matching. Yeah, matchy. There we go. So I think that's about right. Back with our tape, our wimpy tape. I'm going to use this stuff because I could not figure out what else to use it with, but maybe Pippi Longstocking, who knows. Alright, so I'm going back to the die cut machine and running that through. And all these little circles I've got, I have no clue what I'm going to do with them as yet. Who knows? They may end up being in a journal as is, like a little tuck card. Maybe I can put a scene on them. Who knows? They're all the right color. Now we're going to, of course, finish our edge. We want to get in here and put the black on, so the white core doesn't show. That probably just got released. Like, release the Kraken. Yeah, there we go. And we'll do the inside just a bit, just so it doesn't feel left out, you know. Red-headed stepchild. Have you ever heard of that phrase? Like a red-headed stepchild. It's usually used when somebody is not being treated properly, or they've been denied things that other children may have gotten, that kind of stuff. I'm trying to debate whether I'm liking that or if I need to go in a little bit more. I think I will. Okay, I went in just a touch on this one. That way. And let's see if it circles him now. Oh, much better. Well, sort of better. I think once I squeeze it, yeah, there we go. Once I squeeze it into the signature, it's going to be just about where I want it to be. So, excelente. Then it goes like that. Oh, we didn't do any inking on here. Did you see what I saw? Look at all that white. Ooh, ugly. Not with a Gothic journal. So, always check your edges. And I do have some circle dies that have like, let me check. I'm going to have to check them because I'm not sure if they're big enough to fit in this area. We still want to get in here and dull down the white. Whichever way you do it, you might just rub it against the edge like I'm doing now. But let me check my my other set of nesting dies. Nope, they're not going to fit. It might fit the 3 1/2 hole, but it's not going to fit the other one. Yeah, if it got cut out, it would go around that one. But I don't want to use it there. Well, rats. And this is one of the Spellbinders triple tier. And you're able to use it like you've got these 4 different ones here. This one is like a decorative. Then you've got just one with a the thread line, the dotted line. I'm trying to tilt it where you, well, let me just take it out. There. So you got the dotted line one. Then you got like a little teardrop one. And then you got another dotted line one. So this one will only do the edge, but not cut out the center. That one cuts out the center. And the same with the next step down. But it was one of the first dies I got. I was always wanting to get something that I knew I would use in the future. So I will probably use that here eventually with a kind of a goldish looking for a frame, you know. All right. Oh, well. Let's see if he goes in here and see if it's going to work for us. Oh, yep. Yep. There's Mr. Poe. And then all we're going to do is flip it open. There he is. Then you're going to flip this open. And there is our little writing space. You see our skulls. And then you go like that. So as far as I know, that's what I'm going to do here. Now let me show you what I did with the other one. I would probably need to show you this and the what's on my desk, but I thought I would give you an idea of what I'm doing to the opposite page here. See where that piece is? I've got it kind of clipped in, but it's going to go right along that edge. I'm going to have a little bit of the gewgaw sticking out. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, the little cheesecloth. I'm going to make sure it's all out here before I glue it down. But it's going to be sticking out a little bit. And then you got the dangle right there. And it's got a little bit of the red. So I thought that would be kind of cute right there. It's got a pink hue, so it picks up the pinks. But yeah, that's just how I'm thinking about it so far. I'm going to probably do that on a lot of these pages. I'm going to clip my ideas in, and then we'll go about it. All right. Well, I thank you for coming to visit, all my new subscribers and my regular viewers. I really appreciate you. Thank you for coming. I hope you got some ideas for your Poe journal if you're thinking of doing one. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to do these Gothic journals. I got pulled into grunge and I loved it. And then I've gotten pulled into the Gothic now because I love the scrolly stuff and the damask look, and you know, you got the crows and you got the skulls and you got the spider web and spiders. So far, that's what I'm getting here. I don't know if I want to do spooky people or what. I got these ephemera packs that I need to open and see what's in them that I think would work. But Tommy, fill me in if there's something else in Gothic that you think I need to address in this book. All right. Thank you, everyone. Go see Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy. She's a wonderful creator. She's my best friend, and we always chat with our crafty woes and highs. So everybody, I hope you have a great day, great health, great happiness, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.